Somewhere in the back of our heads, we have a collection.
Well, I like pancakes, provided they're not burned.
This
Look,
collection
Grandma, you
contains
just sat
words
down
and
so you
phrases
can
that
just
we
sit right
use to
here.
define ourselves. So, whenever we have to make decisions, we listen to those words and phrases, oftentimes without really thinking. And it's honestly a good thing because it lets us know what we like about ourselves and what we love to do. But there is a problem. Some of those words and phrases that we've collected don't exactly describe who we want to be. And if we just follow along with those phrases, we find ourselves playing a role that we don't even want to play, limiting ourselves to be who we don't want to be. Is it really possible to change that, or is it just who we are? Can you really redefine yourself? Yeah, at least I think so. And I think it starts with that collection of words and phrases that we keep around. In other words, the first step to redefining yourself is to understand how you're currently defined. Let me give you an example. In the middle of May, I got a call from a good friend of mine. He was on a solo road trip visiting a bunch of different states. And as we got to catching up, I told him about how cool and amazing I thought that experience was. I saw all the things he was seeing and all the things he was doing, and I thought, that's awesome. So he invited me to join him, to just, in the next day or two, hop on a plane, fly to Colorado, and live out of his car for 2 weeks just traveling the US. And since I thought it was such an amazing and cool experience, I immediately said, yeah, maybe. Which was just me not wanting to say no outright. But later that night, I got to thinking about why my immediate answer was no. Why was I so easily able to turn down the idea of doing something that I thought was incredible? And I realized it had to do with the way that I defined myself. You see, I saw myself as a homebody, as a planner. So going on a trip like that fell outside of my definition of myself. It just wasn't me. But then I asked myself one more question. And pay attention because this is where it gets important. I said to myself, okay, you may not be spontaneous and you may not be adventurous, but do you want to stay that way? And my answer was no. So I didn't. Now, I do want to say that just thinking you want to change isn't enough. It inevitably takes action, and action is terrifying. But questioning those terms we use to define our current selves and choosing the terms we want to use in the future can help us find the motivation to take action and push through fear. And maybe this method only works for me. I know the idea of redefining oneself might be cheesy to some, but I truly believe that it's possible.
because our actions shouldn't be based on who we were in the past, but rather who we want to be in the future.
There it is. Video done. I feel good about it. It took a lot of work, but we got there in the end. It's made, it's done. Some of these shots took, I'm not even kidding, like 20 plus tries. It was super annoying to film all of this by myself. So I'm hoping in the future I can do things that don't take that many attempts. Especially that over the shoulder shot where I'm writing on the whiteboard. It took so long to make sure I wasn't standing in front of the words I was writing, but was standing in front of the sticky note. It was a whole thing. Anyways, I hope it wasn't too cheesy. I, it can be, but I do want to stress I don't know what I'm doing. It's just a lesson that I thought was very important that I learned. It might not work for everyone. It might just seem like the kind of thing you'd post on Instagram to show how good you're doing or something you'd say after 2 weeks into a New Year's resolution. But nonetheless, redefining yourself is something I think is very possible. Yeah. What else do I want to say? I have a list. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, this video is late. I wanted to post last Thursday, but instead I'm posting this week just because I wanted to make sure it was like completely finished. I'm gonna continue trying my best to post weekly, but we'll see how it goes. It'll be generally weekly, 7 to 10 days period between videos, preferably. And yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. If you're interested in more content to see what comes up next, frankly, I don't know what's coming up next, so it'll be a fun surprise for the both of us. But yeah, if you're interested, like, subscribe, stick around, and I'll see you soon. Peace out. Peace out. No, I should have ended it on I'll see you soon. Man, I'm hoping I can cut right after that. If not, then I'm keeping all of this in. And we end it now.